So I think we're looking pretty good so far. Yeah, I like how this looks. Just a little too um overextended right now. That's all.
Yeah, target's 218. Yep, 218.
Yeah, we've had these lines since June, honestly. So yeah. All right.
Piton.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Sheesh. This was always.
All right. Yeah. So Peloton, it didn't really get affected by that drop in SPY. So it looks pretty strong right now. I will say that 100 is very, very strong support for it, but it does tend to have those little dips below that 98 level sometimes. So if you guys see Peloton dump in the morning and bounce off 98, you guys can definitely grab calls. It's a very, very great stock to play. I do think it's going to start going up, especially as we have more lockdowns across the country. Anytime a gym closes, Peloton goes up. As you guys probably know, California has locked down their gyms. So, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff for the stock in store, right? I haven't seen any bad news, and it's still in that demand zone. So, we're almost there. So, yeah, it looks pretty good so far. I do ultimately want to see it clear 110 and start to find targets back before they got destroyed on earnings. So, yeah, let's not. I wouldn't be too bullish on this, but short term we can look for a break of 103. And we can start selling at 105.9. But yeah, as we get closer to 110, the stock will start to pull back a little bit. So as for tomorrow, I want to see it hold 100 support, and I want to see it test 104, 105 potentially. That's my target for tomorrow on the upside. On the downside, you guys can grab puts below 99.5 and take it down 98.5 and then 96.97 on my chart. So that looks pretty good for Peloton. Alibaba. All right. I'm not sure what to say about the stock right now. It's very, very, very depressed. It has it looks like it's going straight to 252, which was my target from a couple weeks ago or a couple days ago, I'd say. It's now 266 was a nice line of support for Baba, but it has lost that clearly. 256, and if you guys look at that, this green candle right here. So I don't know. My phone up here. Yeah, right there. That, yeah, right there. We have to see how the next candle forms. There's still nothing bullish about this. I guess you could call this like a bit of a downward wedge. But outside of that, Bob looks very weak right now. There's no buying volume, and there's no good news for the stock in store right now. The Chinese government is still increasing its restrictions on all e-commerce in China and all the antitrust crap. So as a result, we're not going to see too much upside on BABA for now, at least short term. Yeah, we'll catch this. Let's look at PDD for a second. All right, something pretty interesting happened in PDD today. So although it has been gapping up and it finally has retraced back down to in a level that makes sense, towards the end of the day, PDD sold off. It held support for about 2 hours. If you look on the 5-minute chart, after you chart those lines, yeah, on the 5-minute, held support for a good 2 hours, and then it just dumped at the end of the day all of a sudden when it broke support. So what I'm trying to do tomorrow, my plan is to catch PDD anywhere below this area, right? I want it to, I don't care. I mean, I want to see it hold support at 131, but in the morning during that sell-off, people are going to start selling off. I want to see it dump. And if we go below 129, I'm going to immediately grab calls to try and elicit a bounce as aggressive as this one, right? Because that bounce is going to be crucial, right? So my plan for the tomorrow basically looks exactly like how this morning played out. So you're looking at these pre-market highs right here. Those are the highs we want to watch, and definitely that line over there. So in the morning, if we find support around here, I want to catch the bounce off this line and possibly take it up $10. If we get a $10 move in 2 hours on this stock in the morning, that can easily give us a nice 200% gain if we get it at the very bottom. And of course, we'll have our stop loss here at 128, right? So if we grab calls and we don't bounce heavy enough and we just find support and we just get stuck down there, we'll cut it for a small loss because we'll have our stop loss pretty close to our entry. Contract selection right now, I'm looking at potential probably 135s or 140s. Tomorrow's still Wednesday, but we do want to keep it closer in the money because we are halfway through the week. We'll see what happens. I want to see how pre-market looks, but this can be a very, very nice catch for tomorrow. I've been looking at this for a while, and I think we finally found our opportunity. So, and breaking through this level is also going to be very crucial at 133.5 level. All right, people wanted to look at. I don't have that stocks list in front of me.
Neo, someone's on Neo.
The Neo. We look at Neo real quick. Yeah, so Neo. What happened to Neo? How are we doing now? Yeah, so Neo's.
Much where it was
it's still following basic TA. So anything below 44.5, you guys can short this down to 43.2. And then, yeah, the stock is still bullish over 47. I'm almost positive that we're going to get a price upgrade tomorrow by one or more banks or analysts. So be on the lookout for that in the morning. Turn on your Twitter. All those news sources, they have price upgrade news right there. You guys can check Market Watch, Finviz, etc. Just use the old, use these targets, honestly. These are your targets for Neo right here. The lines are there, but we're just picking areas where we had a hard rejection, right? So anywhere around there, those are going to be your targets for Neo on the upside. On the downside, anything below, like I said, anything below 44.5 will give us 43. What was it, 43.2, I say?
Yeah,
43.2. And below that, we'll probably stop at this line first before we do test 41. We'll see. So you guys can chart those levels for Neo. I think that's good. Yeah, I think those are good lines to watch. It all depends on pre-market. The stock did beat earnings, so that is a good sign. All right, what was next? Let's get through this quickly. Zoom. All right. What did Zoom do today? I didn't even watch it today. I know it had a nice little run in the afternoon, but outside of that, I didn't see much going on. Zoom is back in an uptrend, believe it or not. So that's good news, I guess. Let me see if you drew a trend line. Let's see if this works. Okay. Zoom needs to clear 410, definitely. Is we call it symmetrical triangle or not really? Would you call it just a regular? I'm not sure what you call that. Looks more bullish than bearish actually on Zoom. If Zoom falls below 397 again, you guys can short it down to these levels and then down here, just try and catch it there. On the upside, 435 is honestly like the top of Zoom for right now. I think this is going to be our target long term before we get like an earnings run up. But I do want to see Zoom clear 410. That would be a very big step, right? It needs to break out of its range. Like this is, it's been in this area for way too long. It needs to break out of there. It needs to find support on 404. It shouldn't be a key level to watch anymore. Like I want to find support on 404. I want to see the Zoom's candles on top of that line, and then we can hopefully go test 409 and then 414. Above that, the sky is pretty much the limit. But we do need to break out of here, and I think it's coming. I don't think Zoom's going to see these levels again. But do keep in mind that more vaccine news is coming, but I'm not sure how much more of this can sell off, to be honest with you guys. So yeah, that's all I have for Zoom. All right, where's that ticker list? You have it?
Yeah.
Apple, Tesla. All right, we can look at what's Sonos? We can do that. Sonos. What ticker is it? SO. I think it's SO now. Yeah.
What's
What is
this?
this?
1 hour looks ugly.
Yeah, this is gonna start slowing down actually. It looks a little, I don't like it. I don't know why I don't like it. I just don't. Something weird about it. Let me see. Yeah, I think the stock is actually gonna come right. I'm not sure what happened. Whoever wanted to see the stock needs to find out why this happened. That doesn't look like a regular short squeeze to me. But the stock should play pretty much in that range. So if we do find support on this top red line right here, then you can start. You can grab calls up to this level. But this is a 20-cent move, so you get to figure out why you're playing this stock. If they have options, I mean, if you think it's going to go up long term, you can probably grab a 20. But I mean, I just don't know the stock, so I don't want to give you bad information. Yeah, it isn't an uptrend, but the momentum is slowing down, at least from the hourly. On the daily chart, it's going to pull back. It's overextended on the daily. So, yeah, it's way too overextended. And if that's all-time highs, you can treat that as resistance. I'm just not sure. So, that's so nice. Someone said NVIDIA. NVIDIA has earnings. Is it before open or after?
After,
You guys know?
I think it's after.
After the bell. All right. I don't know. Looks bullish. A little bullish. Actually, not really. No, look kind of bearish. I'm not sure what to say about this. I mean, I love NVIDIA as a stock and as a company, but I don't really see much reason fundamentally for them to have changed anything between last quarter and this quarter. I don't see why anything would have changed. The stock hasn't really picked a direction as it is right now. I mean, there is a bit of a bear flag, but it's kind of, the flag is not really at the bottom of the pole, so it's like a weird bear flag kind of thing. I would wait after earnings. I mean, if I see signs of a good earnings report and a stock boost, then I will let you guys know. But I don't think, yeah, the stock has been kind of weird lately. It's been in the same range for a while. Much to tell you. I'm looking right there. It's not much. It's not much going on. I think we actually might break out. I can't really give you a direction right now. I wouldn't play with stock unless you see like a big run up. If we are in a green tech market, this should run into close. But I probably wouldn't hold it through. I mean, this might change tomorrow, like I said, but as of right now, this chart isn't really showing me much of anything. It looks very neutral, in my opinion. So you can play it above highs of the day and probably take profits up there. I don't think that's a big enough dollar move to warrant grabbing calls. But up to you. Be aware that NVIDIA was at 600 the other day, almost. Things to look out for are going to be announcements for like a dividend yield, like a higher dividend, or that ARM acquisition, the $50 billion purchase they have. So look out for that in NVIDIA. All right. What else? We can look at Facebook and Roku, and then. All right, yeah, Facebook's back at the bottom. Found pretty strong support here. I give you guys 280s for Friday. You know, if we fall below 273, we can start cutting the contracts, right? So if you see it fall below here, don't wait for me. Just cut the contracts that would have broken support, right? My target for Facebook is I grabbed it at close. My target is anywhere between 276 and 277.5 or 277.3. So I do want to see Facebook over there. I'm probably not going to hold these past tomorrow. So, you know, ideally we get a nice little bounce off this area or somewhere around here, and then it keeps flying up to that level. Facebook did get a price upgrade here, and it ran all day, and now it's back to here. So I do think we're gonna get another run out of this. So that's why I called Facebook. Also, yeah, I did see, just like indicator wise, a lot of bullish momentum was coming in, and it wasn't really following the market until the very end of the day. So yeah, it's been moving kind of weirdly, but it's still holding its levels pretty well. That's Facebook. Check out Roku. Roku was just I think it was just downwards wedge I saw. That's not what it was. Yeah, Roku, it, you know, although it could retrace back down to 230, I do think it was pretty much oversold the entire day. I think one of our members caught puts from up here and rode it all the way down here. So congrats to whoever did that.
Yeah.
That was you, right? Yeah, I think you sent me a message. Yeah, congratulations on that. That was a nice play. Normally I wouldn't play calls on something that looks like this, just because I would look at some more downside. But because it was very oversold, and it also showed a lot of strength in a downtrending market, because you guys know SPY was completely crashing at the end of the day. I think this is actually good. Also, more lockdown news will be helping Roku, as it is a streaming service. So our stop loss for this is going to be 233.4 on my chart. Here it says 233.6 is a good level. So you guys watch those levels. My target is going to be the bottom of this V right here. Oh, shit. Right there. That's my target on Roku. And then anything above highs obviously will print a lot. I think we are holding 240s. I think.
Yes.
I think I said 240s. So, and Facebook we have 280s. So yeah, if we got to see where we find support. But if we dip below 233.6, then cut it. Unless we dump in the very beginning, in the morning. If we dump right here, I doubt it. I don't think we're going to dump $5 between now and tomorrow. But if we do dump here, we might be able to bounce pretty aggressively. Roku does like that 3-bar play, but yeah, just don't back hold it. If it's down, just cut it, right? Roku premiums do tend to move pretty quickly. I'm not sure why, but they do. All right, let's look at RAPT. I'm not sure what that is, but we can look at it.
Wraps.
RAPT. I don't see that. Is that? Oh, yeah, a bigger time frame for that.
What the
Fuck. All right, so you guys have to find out why that happened. That is, yeah, but that's a very, very, very big drop. That's almost like a 40% drop. So, yeah, you guys, whoever, I don't know if the stock is or what this company does, what you guys have to do, you need to figure out why it dropped so much. I mean, apparently they missed earnings, but that's a huge drop. There could actually be more downside if you're not careful. Those candles are very, very, very bearish right now. So, yeah, I'm not really sure. You guys, you have to do your own research on this. I mean, it seems to have found support here at $16, but you know what you guys do is you take this line, that top line, whatever it is, and you can play calls above that. And to find your target, you're gonna have to go way back in time and find out where exactly we had old lines of support and resistance, right? So like anything above, I guess whatever line that was, you guys could look for something here. That line's good. Maybe there. I don't know. You guys have to just pull up a chart and find those levels. Just look for areas where we found support and resistance in the past, because that drop is a little too much. And of course, that is a major gap that does need to be filled eventually. So
I don't really know anything about the company, but I Googled it and it says they're a pharmaceutical and it looks like they failed on a couple things.
oh, pharmaceutical. Okay, well, I hate pharmaceutical companies.
I ain't touching that.
Therapeutics is what it says. I don't know.
Yeah.
The words I stay away from. Like, yeah, anything that I tend to stay away. All right, let's do a couple more.
This thing doesn't move a lot.
Yeah, I mean, this is something you buy equity and not really options. Yeah, we want stocks that move, guys. We don't want.
We want these
That's like
beats right here.
We gotta do research. All right. Let's look at Tesla.
Yeah. Sheesh.
All right, so this is just stupid. Yeah, so I think we have established that 438 was the bottom. So during the day today, guys, I had you guys grab 450s. So I saw Tesla retrace. 438 was this is a line I'd been watching since like weeks ago at 438 line before it dumped. So when I saw Tesla come here, my plan, I saw it gap up, so I wanted to form a double bottom. So I had you guys enter calls, I think around here, with a stop loss of 435. It did dip below here, but thankfully it bounced pretty heavily, and we were able to ride these calls up to here. I think I had you guys sell when it hit 446. It ended up topping out at 448. But for tomorrow, we definitely need to break. I'd stay away from 448 to break to get in Tesla. If you guys want to get in early, you guys can grab it. My prediction is that we find support here at 438.26, and we will probably dump and test this level again, that 435 level. So if you guys want to do that, you guys can grab it if we dump to 435 in the morning sell-off with a stop loss of 433, definitely. Don't bag hold Tesla, especially if it's Wednesday. Expensive premiums, volatility is high. So yeah, just be careful. I was looking to still fall back down, guys. I mean, this S&P 500 was an overreaction, in my opinion. All right, let's do Apple. All right, Apple's that's a daily.
I have a single line on this stock.
Jeez. Yeah, Apple looks like it's at the end of its like, I'd say like run. Like Apple has been pretty bullish. If you guys go to the 15-minute for a second. Just want to check something real quick. All right, so yeah, it's kind of like the accumulation phase right here, and now it's kind of being distributed, so we could eventually head back down there. Yeah, Apple needs to test 120 again. It needs to really clear 120 and find support on these levels and stop dumping. You see how it keeps falling out of this line? All right, it keeps falling out of that area too much, right? So this is what you would call a supply zone, for example, right? This is where the stock tends to fall out of, right? That's like the whole supply zone of Apple. So yeah, I wouldn't try to short Apple, honestly. I mean, on this chart, we're saying puts below 118.86, but all this stuff here, the bounces were way too aggressive. I just don't want you guys to get caught in an aggressive bounce like this. I think it's yeah, I don't think it's smart to short Apple right now. Calls above 120 and just take it up to wherever, take profits when comfortable. I did see a lot of put flow for Apple in the short term, but a lot of bullish flow for the long term. So just keep that in mind. options flow. Let's look at Microsoft. Same deal as Apple, honestly. Looks like we're actually, I think a lot of these tech stocks are actually getting pretty bearish on us. We're not really realizing it. 212. Yeah, I want to see this. I think this Microsoft headed straight back to 212. It has been underperforming the market recently. It was overperforming the market a few days ago, but yeah, this is yeah, Microsoft does need to clear 216 and then clear 219.1 for us to get bullish again. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see much going on. I mean, we might get a bit of a pop in Microsoft just with the PlayStation coming out, but I did hear that there would be delays due to Amazon shipping and like other stuff. So, you know, just be aware of that. Amazon did say that Microsoft is going to have longer delivery times on the PlayStation, not PlayStation, the Xbox. Just watch out for that. Yeah. All right. Is that it? I think that's it. All the stocks.
Yeah, I think so.
We did Baba, right? We did Baba. Yeah,
Mhm.
we did. All right. In that case, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Neo, Zoom, Spy, Tesla, Apple. Yeah. All right. That was everything. All right. I'll see you guys pre-market. Good luck trading.
Neo closed after hours, almost break even with where it dropped at.
Oh, really? All right. We'll see. We'll see pre-market. Nothing to do now.
Pray.
Yeah, just pray. Yeah.
Have a
All
good
right.
night.
Yeah, I like Square as well. Square is it's bull flag on Square. Yeah, I like Square a lot. All right, DocuSign. We'll do it real quick. Yeah, I called up puts on DocuSign. DocuSign did hit my my fifth wave today, so I had you guys getting DocuSign puts. It dumped a lot more than I thought it would. My target was 210. I think it went. Yeah, I think I called the top of DocuSign. Yeah, I heard you guys grab puts somewhere around there. Yeah, we took profits around there, ended up dumping down there, which is nice. I still think DocuSign is in a trend reversal right now. I don't like it. I think there's going to be a bit more pullback, which I am going to catch on DocuSign, and then it's going to run into earnings. And I do think DocuSign is going to dump hard for earnings. You know, it's a great business, but I don't think they're making enough money. They tend to dump a lot in the past, so I do hope that work from home stocks do go up because that will make DocuSign a much easier short. It has been running up a lot recently, and I'm very excited to see it. 2, 5. Yeah, I think it's gonna start to retrace a lot. So we'll see. My target is gonna be 205 long term for DocuSign. I'm not so sure about 200 or even 196, 198, but we'll get there eventually. 205 is my short-term target, and I will be playing puts on the stock again sometime tomorrow. So, yep. No problem, man. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Good night.
I'll see you guys later.
Good night, man. Thank you.